Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com. American Express is messing with me this week, reducing the credit limit on my credit card while at the same time reducing the interest rate on that very same credit card. I'm going to talk about why I think that might be, but first I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So I, for a long time, had a old blue from American Express card that was just sitting dormant. I hadn't put charges on it forever. They never even sent me statements anymore. It just kind of sat there, I think, because I still had about 400 or so membership rewards points on it. They kept it open. Well, anyway, probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, I decided to finally product change from that blue from American Express to an Amex everyday card. And honestly, the only reason that I really did it is because I wanted access to the referral program, and they wouldn't let me have it through the old blue from American Express card. So anyway, I did the product change, did it online in a online chat with a customer service rep. So if you ever want to do a product change, that's easy enough to do online with American Express. But anyway, so I got that, got the new card, and after getting it, I made one single charge on that card, and not like immediately or anything, probably, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks after they had given me the new card for $71. I think it was to a medical thing, like a Minute Clinic at a CVS, and then I didn't use the card again. Well, that must have really set off some alarm bells at American Express because last week I got 2 letters from them telling me of changes to that account. Now, what's weird about these changes is the fact that they seem to contradict each other. One of them sort of encourages me to use the card more, and one of them is sort of encouraging me to use the card less. So I got 2 separate letters. They actually dated 2 different days, May 24th and May 25th, but I think they showed up in the mail on the same day. So it was weird to open one and then, almost immediately afterwards, open the other. So I'm going to share with you what each one of them says. All right, so first off is the letter dated May 24th of 2019. This was the first one I got, or at least the first one they sent out, I guess, and it says, "Dear Adam Jusko of ProudMoney.com." It actually doesn't say of ProudMoney.com. I made that part up. That's a little joke. Anyway, it says, "We are writing today because over the past 12 months, the spend activity on your account listed above has been significantly lower than your credit limit. In order to align with your spending, we've lowered the credit limit on your account to $9,000. So the big reason for our decision part here says there's been minimal activity on your account in the last 12 months. Now this makes sense to me. The fact that they lowered it to 9,000, I don't even know what it was before. It obviously was very, very high, but now they've lowered it to 9,000, and that's still plenty because so far my balance is only 71 bucks. All right, and then on May 25th, I got this letter from American Express, and it says, "Dear Adam Jusko, we recently reviewed and reevaluated the interest rates on your account referenced above, and we're pleased to let you know we've lowered the interest rate identified in the table below, and they have lowered me to 15.24% on this credit card." And there's some other interest rate changes that have happened too with their Plan and Planet, whatever those things are all called, all the other things that you can do with American Express in terms of special financing. So it's sort of a contradictory message, right? They are telling me that they are lowering my credit line at the same time that they are telling me they are going to lower my interest rate. Do you want me to use the card more, and that's why you're lowering my interest rate? Or do you want me to use the card less, and that's why you're lowering my credit line? I guess the answer actually is both. What they're really saying is, now that we see that you're actually using this credit card again, we are afraid that you're going to go crazy because you just spent $71 on this card, and who knows what you might do next. So we're going to have to rein you in, but at the same time, we would like you to use the credit card and maybe even carry a balance, so we'll sweeten the deal a little bit and lower that interest rate for you. So they kind of trust me enough to continue to use the card, but they don't want me to, suddenly go crazy and put $15,000 or whatever my credit line was before on the card. I was reading an article recently that was saying that when you have a credit line, that essentially means that somebody else sort of doesn't, because every credit card company, even though they can lend out millions and billions or however many dollars they put out there, they still sort of have a cap in terms of how much available credit they feel comfortable with on a overall basis between you and everybody else that has a credit card. So if you have a credit line of a certain size, well, then they're going to lower that credit line if you're not using it so that somebody else can use it. But the thing about that to me is I had this credit line sitting there for I don't know how many years that obviously was higher than this 9,000. I don't even know what it was. And that didn't bother American Express very much. So maybe if it's sort of a dormant account like that, after a certain period of time, they're not really worried about the fact that I'm suddenly going to run that all the way up to 15,000. But suddenly when I use the card just once for a $70 charge, maybe that sort of reactivates things, and then they have to, that sets off the alarm bells, and then they have to look a little closer at my account and say, okay, what did we give this guy, 15 years ago that he hasn't been using for the last 6 years? And should we leave it where it is, or should we reduce this now that he suddenly seems interested in this credit card? So it's definitely something new to me, this simultaneous sort of push-pull between lowering my credit card interest rate and then also lowering my credit limit at the same time. I do think it's interesting that, having this dormant account and suddenly making just one single charge to it, obviously tripped the wires in terms of them taking a fresh look at me. So I guess in your own credit cards, if you've had them sit for a while, you can expect that once you actually use them, they will take a closer look at you as well. I would love to hear if you've had any similar experiences to this with your own credit cards. If you have anything to share, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Otherwise, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, and we do personal finance news, and we talk deals sometimes, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.